All right. Hello, everyone. I am here with Pam Walsh, the owner of the Spirit of Yoga Studio in Westchester, Pennsylvania. She also has a studio in Downingtown, right?
Yes.
And so we're doing our studio visit with Pam today. So thank you, Pam, for joining us. We appreciate it. And as always, we have 4 questions we ask all of our studio owners. So I'll jump right into it. First question is, what led you to yoga?
Well, back in the 60s and 70s, I was a hippie,
Mm-hmm.
and so there was this yoga class offered in night school in Westchester, and so I decided to take it. And it was led by this beautiful, serene, peaceful woman that was, I thought, elderly at the time. She's about how old I am now. And she was more flexible and more peaceful and whatever than anyone I'd ever seen. So I decided to really take an interest in yoga. And back then, there were only a few yoga classes in the area. So I continued to study with her, read the 2 or 3 books that were out at the time, and just became kind of enamored with the yoga, not only the practice, but all of the philosophy around it. I was teaching phys ed at the time at Henderson High School.
Oh, wow.
And it's right behind here,
Yeah.
actually. And so I taught it to my phys ed classes. And I always had full classes, mainly girls that took it, girls who didn't like all of the field hockey and basketball and weight training and all of those types of traditional phys ed classes. And so here I am, however many years later, still teaching yoga.
Oh, wow. I should have gone to Henderson. And Pam, what do you consider your niche as far as in the practice of yoga?
My personal niche, I like to work with brand new beginners.
Okay.
And I really enjoy sort of bringing them along to not only the physical practice of yoga, but the philosophy of yoga, the spiritual part of yoga, and making yoga a way of life.
All right. And you own 2 studios. What do you think makes your studios stand out or is different from other studios?
Well, I opened the Spirit of Yoga in Westchester in 1999, and I've grown over those years, obviously, and I have about 13 to 14 people who teach regularly for me. And I think one of the things that stands out about the Spirit of Yoga is that all of my teachers approach yoga from a little bit different perspective. And so we have a big variety of yoga classes and styles. And I tell people that come to the studio for the first time, try out different classes, and I'm sure you'll find the class that you like, the style that you like, and also the teacher that you connect with. I opened Downingtown in 2003, and these teachers that teach at Westchester, many of them teach at Downingtown as well. So the same thing goes there.
Oh, okay. I just told someone the other night she said that she didn't like, not that she didn't like yoga, she said it was complicated for her and she was having problems. And I said, there's so many different types of yoga. Keep experimenting. There is one out there for you. So
Yeah.
I will have to tell her to come over here. Well, I already send lots of people over here anyway.
And then over at Downingtown, we have a class on Thursday nights called Restorative Yoga. So that is a really, really wonderful class. Sherry Rubin is the instructor, and she just does a fabulous job. And restorative yoga is just what you think it would
Right.
be. It restores you. You might do 7 postures in a class. You're all propped up with bolsters and blocks and straps, and people just love it. They go.
Oh, wow. I have to get over to Downingtown. And then our last question we like to ask studio owners, what do you know now that you wish you knew back then when you were opening your business?
Where do I start? Well, one thing that I think of, and I've been able to make it since '99, and we were discussing a little earlier how studios come and go.
Right.
And so I think what I've learned is to kind of go with the flow and to realize that there's no predictable way to see how many people are going to be in a class on any given night. And also, let's see, I'm not sure. There's so much I wish I knew about that. I don't know where to start. But as far as I've just sort of found my way over the years, and it's kind of been organic, I guess. And so I can't think of just one specific thing that I wish I knew back then. But I'm glad I did it, and I don't think that I would change anything.
Right. You bring up a good point. You bring up organic, and I often tell my clients that you have to be you, and you have to go about your path.
Right.
You can't duplicate someone else because you're so much part of your practice in your studio that people are coming for you. So I'm glad you bring that up and say organic. All right. Well, Pam, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate you welcoming us into your studio. And viewers, stay on track for more that we'll be going around visiting other studios. Thank you.
Thank you.